Tonight, we're diving into something powerful, something that can't be ignored. This energy, it's a divine union, and the moment it touched them, it shook everything inside. Suddenly, questions flooded in. What is this feeling? Is it real? Could it actually change my life? You see, this isn't ordinary energy. This is the kind that lingers, the kind that doesn't care if there's silence, space, or distance. Even when they've stepped back, taken a pause, or created space, the bond stays. It hums beneath the surface. It whispers in quiet moments. It's magnetic, irresistible, undeniable. And I know some of you are thinking, really? This deep? Yes, this deep. This is the energy of someone who has touched parts of another soul that no one else ever has. A connection so profound, it leaves you in awe, even if you didn't think a feeling like this was possible. And here's the magical part. Tonight, we're letting the tarot guide us. The cards have already started speaking, revealing layers of this connection that words alone can't capture. Every flip, every symbol, every energy in the spread is a reflection of this divine union, showing us both the mystery and the power of what's here. So if you're ready, we're going to dig deeper. We'll explore the messages the tarot has for you, uncover the truths that are hiding just beneath the surface, and shine a light on the connection that can't be shaken. Before we get lost in this, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so quickly so that you can receive notifications of upcoming videos on time. All right, let's get started. This reading opens with the Strength card, and right away, that sets the emotional temperature. This isn't about surface-level confidence or bravado. It's about inner bravery, the kind that's required when your heart is on the line. Strength here speaks to someone who is wrestling with a very real, very deep fear, the fear of being abandoned, not casually worried, profoundly afraid. So afraid, in fact, that they're trying to shut down the possibility altogether, as if refusing to imagine it might keep it from happening. And that's where the internal question appears. Can I really take a leap of faith here? Before moving deeper, the reading pauses for an affirmation, almost like anchoring the soul before diving in. The words affirm self-worth, divine alignment, and a refusal to chase or beg. The message is clear. This connection isn't something that needs to be forced. It already exists on a higher level. It's intentional. It's written. From there, the energy intensifies. This connection hasn't just stirred feelings, it's activated something powerful, something unfamiliar, something that doesn't feel scripted, rehearsed, or predictable like a TV romance. This is different. It's raw. It's real. And because of that, it's terrifying for at least one person involved. The chemistry is undeniable, shown through temperance energy. A blending, a pull, a natural alignment that happens without effort. But instead of comfort, this harmony creates confusion. The person feeling it doesn't know how to process something this pure, this balanced, this intense. They felt the pull, but rather than surrendering to it, they ran. Now we're in the aftermath of that decision. Spirit has turned up the heat. The pressure is on. And the silence, represented by the Five of Pentacles, is not calm or healing. It's heavy. It's isolating. It's emotional chaos wrapped in quiet. This person is sitting with an unspoken weight, unable to fully explain it, yet knowing deep down that it comes from walking away from something rare and meaningful. Then comes the shift. The Page of Cups appears, signaling an awakening moment. This is the instant everything changed, the emotional spark that caught them off guard. The realization, I connected with you. Unexpected, unplanned, almost startling. The imagery here feels very ordinary on the surface, someone entering the energy on what feels like just another regular day. No grand entrance, no dramatic setup. And yet everything changed. There's a softness to this moment, a gentleness. It marks the day something new entered their emotional world, not because love was missing before, but because this connection became something extra, an addition, an accessory to an already whole heart. Something was said during this time, something small but meaningful, a comment, a phrase, a moment of honesty, and it stuck. It still replays in their mind, looping through their subconscious. It left an imprint. This person associates you with innocent love, a pure, unguarded version of what love can be. When they think of you, they feel safety, openness, a sense that they could let their walls down. Time seems too slow when you're in their awareness. It's different from what they've known before. And behind closed doors, their mind is busy, replaying conversations, revisiting moments, moving back and forth between logic and feeling. Music becomes a trigger, songs exchanged, songs remembered, songs that now carry your energy. Certain melodies pull them right back into the feeling of you. The 9 of Wands, the King, the 6 of Cups, and the Empress come together here, not just as cards. They become characters in a story about recognition, awakening, and transformation. At first, there's hesitation. Perhaps the other person doesn't understand the depth of what's happening. Maybe they shrug it off, or even act indifferent. That initial resistance is subtle but telling. The 6 of Cups points to nostalgia, memories, or past life echoes. It's the soul saying, wait a minute, there's something here that transcends explanation. Your energy feels different to them, calm, grounded, or luminous in a way that can't be ignored. But at first, they may not fully grasp it. Then comes the awakening. Temperance enters the scene like a mirror that cannot be ignored. Suddenly, aspects of their life, their habits, their inconsistencies, their imbalances begin to surface. It's not a lecture or criticism, it's revelation. They start to see, perhaps for the first time, what needs attention in themselves. Maybe they notice the chaos they've been tolerating, the patterns they've been avoiding, or the areas where they've been inconsistent or scattered. It's a subtle embarrassment at first, a quiet recognition. Wow, I've been ignoring this part of myself. I need to do better. I need to grow. Meanwhile, your energy remains steady. You aren't demanding, pushing, or controlling. You simply are. And through your presence alone, you spark reflection. The other person begins to shift, inspired by your example, rather than told by words. It's a rare kind of influence, the kind that comes from reflection and resonance. By being yourself, you trigger self-awareness in someone else, encouraging them to align with their higher potential. But the magic is mutual. This connection isn't one-sided. As they awaken to their own growth, you too are inspired to notice the areas in your own life that could use refinement. The Empress here reminds us of creativity, nurturing, and personal blossoming. It's not just external change, it's internal evolution, a ripple effect that pushes both of you to refine, grow, and step into your power. Think of this connection as a dance of mirrors. You reflect them back to themselves, and they reflect you. It's gentle, organic, and revealing. The Nine of Wands represents resilience. You've both faced struggles, hesitations, and barriers in your lives, yet meeting each other evokes courage and fortitude. The King symbolizes a certain mastery and presence, the ability to step into authority within your own life, which further inspires reflection and growth in the other person. The timing is significant too. Perhaps with the change of seasons, the turning of a year, or a personal milestone, both of you are drawn into this awareness. Suddenly, the dreams, the little moments, the fleeting glances or offhand comments begin to carry weight. They are no longer random, they are signals, nudges, invitations to evolve. And slowly, the runner tendencies, the avoidance, the hesitation, they start to fade. Structure, self-awareness, and intentionality emerge. It's a quiet revolution, an internal reset that grows stronger with every interaction. Imagine someone standing at the edge of their own emotions, caught between the pull of their heart and the weight of their fears. On the outside, they might seem distant, inconsistent, or even unreachable. But inside, a storm is raging. Every thought, every heartbeat, every fleeting glance in your direction feels like a tidal wave they're barely keeping in check. At some point, they tried to take control over their feelings, over the relationship, over the pace of this connection. But control is an illusion. Change is happening behind the scenes, quietly but relentlessly. And no amount of distraction, avoidance, or running can stop it. Temperance's influence shows that transformation is inevitable. They can try to outrun it, but the heart always catches up. They do retreat at times. Sometimes it's silence, sometimes it's disappearing into work, friends, or hobbies. But these are not acts of indifference. They are survival tactics, ways to step back from the intensity they can't yet fully process. It's a pause, not a departure. And here's the secret they can't deny. They are falling in love. Every moment with you feels unprecedented. Long conversations that they didn't expect, laughter and silences that linger longer than they imagined, and an emotional depth that feels both exhilarating and terrifying. Their heart is screaming yes, but their past, their trauma, their fears, they all scream no. The result? A limbo, a tense space where desire and hesitation clash violently. They feel trapped between wanting to show up fully and fearing that they can't. They think, if you only knew the storm inside me, you'd understand why I retreat. You'd see why I panic. Overthinking takes over, making it hard to act naturally, even when the desire to connect is overwhelming. They may vanish, disappear, or withdraw, but it's not ghosting. It's panic, pure and unfiltered. It's their way of protecting both themselves and the connection from the chaos they feel internally. There's a deep, almost unbearable embarrassment in their behavior. They know they're creating confusion. They know they might be causing hurt, and it weighs heavily on them. Why am I doing this to someone I care about? They ask themselves repeatedly. How do I fix the distance I've created? How do I repair the trust and clarity I've disrupted? Every misstep gnaws at them because they recognize the importance of this connection. It's not casual, it's not fleeting, it's something profound. And yet, despite all the chaos, they remain connected. They're watching, thinking of you, and trying to navigate the storm inside themselves while keeping the bond alive. Stress, anxiety, and overthinking, the Nine of Swords energy, may cloud their mind, but they haven't let go. They are fully aware of their feelings, even if their actions seem contradictory at times. This is not a story of indifference, it's a story of raw human vulnerability. Love is present, deep, and undeniable, yet fear, hesitation, and self-protective instincts make the journey messy and unpredictable. The withdrawal, the silence, the panic, they are all signs of someone wrestling with a love they can't yet fully manage, but that they cannot ignore. This connection is magnetic because it's real, complicated, and transformative. It's about two worlds colliding, one person's intense, emerging feelings meeting another person's inner struggles. The result is a dance of heart and mind, of fear and desire, of chaos and clarity. Every pause, every return, every moment of quiet is part of a larger process, a journey of growth, awareness, and eventual alignment. That's the Nine of Cups energy in motion here. It's not just pleasure or happiness. It's a flood of light, warmth, and presence that catches someone completely off guard. You are not subtle. Your energy is magnetic, your presence unforgettable. Every word you speak, every smile you offer, every moment you truly listen. It's like a rare gift they didn't even know they needed. You touch parts of their soul that have been dormant, like you found the forgotten chords of their inner melody and played them perfectly. And they notice. Oh, they notice. But it's overwhelming. They can't believe someone could carry such brightness without expecting anything in return. They find themselves thinking, what have I done to deserve this? How is someone like this real? Why does it feel like I've been waiting for them my entire life without knowing it? It's intoxicating, but also terrifying, because the intensity of your energy makes them aware of their own hesitations, their own fears, and the parts of themselves they've kept hidden. And so, excuses start to flow. I just started a new job. I'm so busy right now. It's bad timing. Each reason sounds practical, like a shield, but inside, it's a whisper of denial. Because every time they step back, their heart pulls them forward. Deep down, they are missing you, longing for you, craving the connection that you effortlessly offer. Their rational mind fights it, but their soul knows the truth. Then justice enters, like a sudden sharp mirror placed before their eyes. They can't ignore the reflection of themselves anymore. One moment, they dream of a future with you, maybe even imagining lifelong devotion. The next, fear and doubt crash in. They start to ask themselves the hard questions. Am I capable of this? Can I rise to the depth and light that this person brings? Can I truly meet them in honesty, vulnerability, and love? You've made them confront themselves in ways they've never had to before. You've made them think about commitment, authenticity, and what it really means to be present. But beneath that mirror lies the Five of Pentacles, the shadow they can't quite escape. It's the internal struggle, the sense of not being enough. I can't do this, they whisper to themselves. I'm not ready. I'm not strong enough emotionally, mentally, or even financially. What if I fail them? What if I disappoint them? It's not about you. It's about their inner abandonment wounds, their fear of letting someone as radiant as you down, and their struggle to believe they deserve what you bring. Every hesitation, every excuse, every pause, they all trace back to this core of self-doubt. What's happening here is both beautiful and complicated. You are the light that awakens them, the presence that challenges them, and the connection that makes them confront the deepest parts of themselves. They are mesmerized, enchanted, and profoundly touched by your energy, yet simultaneously hesitant because they see the magnitude of what you bring and question if they can measure up. They are experiencing a mix of awe, longing, and fear, walking the fine line between desire and self-protection. Imagine someone stepping into your life and immediately sensing something they weren't expecting. There's a spark, a recognition deep in their soul, like they've stumbled upon something rare, a connection that feels both familiar and extraordinary. This is what the checkpoint is about, the moment when they encounter the truth of your energy and are forced to face it, even if they're not ready. At first, they hesitate. They pull back, retreat into distraction, or create distance. It's not that they don't feel the depth between you. They do more than they can articulate. But something inside them whispers, "I'm not ready for this intensity. I need to protect myself." So they step away, thinking avoidance will keep them safe. Yet, the very act of stepping back only amplifies the connection. They can't escape the memory of how you made them feel. This is a subtle kind of haunting. They realize that nothing else can replicate the resonance they experienced with you. Other connections, no matter how similar on the surface, will never match the depth of what you sparked. In a sense, they are not avoiding you. They are avoiding the reckoning your presence forced upon them. They've ghosted a part of their own soul's growth, the opportunity to fully experience something transformative, because facing it feels too vulnerable, too raw, too real. When you were present, they felt a sense of safety and long-term potential they weren't expecting. Their soul recognized yours instantly. It was like finding a missing piece they didn't know was lost. And now, as they distract themselves, they are secretly questioning, did I run from them, or did I run from myself? This is the subtle tension. They know the truth, even if they aren't ready to admit it aloud. You didn't have to do anything extraordinary. You didn't have to chase, convince, or perform. Your mere presence, your energy, your authenticity, the way you showed up, was enough to leave an indelible mark. You reflected their soul back to them, exposing both their potential and their insecurities. For some, this is confronting. For others, it's awakening. Either way, it's unforgettable. Their hesitation can come from many places. They may feel financially or emotionally unprepared. They may be guarding old wounds, afraid to fully trust love, or struggling with control over their emotions. But all of these reasons are temporary layers over the core truth. They felt something rare with you, and they cannot erase it. You represent growth, expansion, and wisdom, the kind of presence that lingers long after it's gone. The beauty of this checkpoint is that nothing more needs to be done on your part. You've already made the impact simply by showing up. The energy you shared is already registered in their soul and remembered by their body. There's no need to chase, no need to explain, no need to convince. What was required was simply your presence, and that alone was transformative. Imagine someone walking into your life like a quiet storm. From the start, their presence stirs something deep inside, even if they haven't fully figured themselves out yet. This is the energy of the Five of Pentacles showing up, not as punishment, but as a life lesson. They know when they're misstepping. They feel it. Every hesitation, every retreat, every moment of "I can't do this right now" is conscious, even if it's hard for them to admit. These missteps aren't random. They're part of the growth they need to experience to truly meet themselves and you at the right frequency. Alongside this, there's curiosity pulsing through them. They can't stop thinking, how do they see me? What do they think of what I just did? This curiosity is like a quiet fire. They're testing the waters, checking themselves, gauging the depth of the connection. It's not superficial. It's a reflection of care and awareness, even if they haven't learned yet how to express it fully. Then comes the Six of Pentacles, the energy of give and take, balance, and sometimes guilt. Perhaps you've given more, emotionally, spiritually, or in effort, than they could reciprocate at the time. This imbalance isn't a flaw. It's a mirror, showing where growth is needed. It's a gentle nudge from the universe that relationships aren't just about receiving, but about evolving together, learning how to exchange love, attention, and energy in a way that feels healthy and sustaining. Now, behind all of this, there's the King of Cups energy quietly at work. This represents the higher self, the emotional maturity developing quietly behind closed doors. Calm, composed, deeply aware, yet reserved. They may not be fully ready to express it, but they are learning integrity, patience, and emotional intelligence. Every step they take is shaping the version of themselves capable of meeting this connection fully. They are evolving, even if you only notice it in subtle, quiet moments. This connection between you and them is different. Some relationships hit you in a way that feels almost cosmic. You feel it immediately. From the very first encounter, there's a recognition in the air. This is rare. I don't need to worry. I feel it and it matters. It's not about perfection, it's about resonance. This connection forces both of you to confront your inner ocean, your emotions, your past wounds, your vulnerabilities. It's deep, transformative, and in many ways, unavoidable. Even if this person hasn't fully shown up yet, they are evolving quietly. And when they finally arrive in a consistent, grounded way, it won't feel dramatic. It will be subtle, almost effortless. You'll notice it instantly because it carries the weight of genuine growth and emotional awareness. No fanfare, no need to chase. It will simply feel right. The Page of Wands is the spark that calls you to reconnect. It is curiosity in its purest form, a gentle nudge from the universe reminding you that there are threads still alive, waiting to be explored. You feel the pull, the subtle insistence within your soul, saying, I need to face this. I need to reach out. I need to connect. It is not about obligation or desperation, but about a genuine desire to understand, to feel, and to see if the other person is still open, still resonant. Even if you held back before, it was never a lack of feeling. You simply recognized that the abandonment energy the other person carried did not align with your path at that time. And so you allowed them space to navigate their own process. This is not indifference. It is compassion and wisdom in action. To love fully, sometimes you must first honor the boundaries of both yourself and the other. The Three of Pentacles illuminates the sacredness of this connection. It is not random or coincidental. It is a meeting of souls designed for mutual awakening. These relationships are placed along our paths to challenge, elevate, and teach us about ourselves and each other. The universe is orchestrating behind the scenes, aligning energies, shaping experiences, and guiding outcomes with divine timing. Your role is not to force or manipulate, but to trust, to remain detached yet present, and to observe how this connection unfolds naturally. Attachment clouds judgment and dims the light of spiritual growth, whereas detachment and faith allow the beauty of evolution to shine through. Both of you are meant to awaken and elevate one another, to recognize patterns, and to rise together in frequency and understanding. The energy of strength embodies you at this moment. You have exercised spiritual self-mastery, choosing peace over panic, dignity over desperation. Though it may have hurt to witness distance or uncertainty, you have honored yourself above all, demonstrating resilience and inner confidence. You did not chase, you did not beg, and you did not compromise your alignment with your higher self. This is a triumph that exists independently of whether this person returns or not. You have already leveled up. The transformation is internal. It is the subtle, powerful elevation of your frequency and vibration. What may have once felt like abandonment has become an opportunity for growth, and what once felt uncertain now carries the quiet hum of potential and awakening. There is a deeper spiritual insight here. While it is natural to focus on the other person, the ultimate alignment comes from prioritizing your connection to Source. Fear of abandonment dissipates when you anchor yourself in divine trust, realizing that we are only truly abandoned when we abandon ourselves or the guidance of the universe. In this space of detachment and alignment, curiosity flourishes, and love is not about need or scarcity, but about expansive, conscious presence. Both you and this person are evolving, learning, and awakening, and the energy of this connection is already working in ways beyond comprehension. Whether or not the path converges again, you're rising, transforming, and embracing a higher version of yourself. A version that no longer clings, fears, or seeks validation, but simply radiates confidence, peace, and love in alignment with the divine.